Okay, welcome back to Blue Rose. Are you sure you're concentrating? This is no fun. She jumps back, pulling out a dagger from her belt. The blade flies through the air towards my face, but I quickly repel the attack with a swing of my sword. She herself follows close behind, this time coming towards me from my left. I'm able to keep my parries up once more, successfully keeping my enemy at bay. I shoot another glance towards Adele, only to see her turn back on the fight. She's trying to escape. Adele, disregarding a soldier, I might have to stop her from fleeing. Don't run away from me. She really is surprisingly fast. I see the attack coming towards me, and I manage to look back just in time to see the blade aiming for my flank. Another spelling error. Once again, I raise my sword in defense, but I'm unable to repel her completely this time, and my blade is pushed away. Soon after, she directs a kick directly into my stomach, pushing me backwards. Most of the air is punched out of me, and I feel sharp pain shooting through my body from my old wounds. My sight goes dizzy for just a second due to the pain. I'm losing my footing on some of my rubble on the ground. My one ear to the ground, I see myself in a very unfavorable situation. I know you Templars were all talk. She's still trying to regain my breath. I look up to the gloating face of my opponent above me. No, if only I'd been more careful. This shouldn't have been possible. And I was still this weak from my wounds. She raises her sword to finish me off, but then there's a whistle sound in the air as someone shoots past me. This woman is pushed back by the sudden impact of that arrow that penetrates her left shoulder. She staggers in surprise. This moment is my chance. I push forward with all my strength, rising up towards her while swinging my sword. She is cut down before she could do anything to protect herself and fall to the ground without a sound. I look over my shoulder and see Tobias sitting on a ledge further behind with his bow in hand. I turn towards the cliff where I last saw Dell. She hasn't come far. Now she's just joining in disbelief at the body of her soldier and then at us. Adele, I won't let you get away with this. 2 against 1, huh? I'm not stupid. I know I don't want to stand a chance against a Templar. She shakes her head and smiles bitterly at me. Not even if it's an amateur like you. Goodbye, Elena Ehrenfeld. Adele stretches out with her one hand towards the cliffside beside her. She's holding something in her hand. It looks like some kind of pendant. I can sense the air vibrating around me. It's like a concentrated wave of energy shooting from her clutched hand towards the cliff. Only a second later, there is a scattering sound of stone and several boulders breaking free from the cliffside, tumbling down towards me. Look out! This way, I throw myself to the side, rolling away from the landslide. The large chunks of rock slide past the place I was standing, a cloud of dust trailing behind. I look up, trying to catch a glimpse of Adele. The pendant was a symbol. She must have been a priestess to be able to use something like that. I tighten my grip on my sword, my knuckles white as blood leaves them. Nothing but weak tricks. The dust settled, and Adele's nowhere to be seen. But I know what direction she went, and I won't let her get away. Tobias is caught up with me now, checking if I'm alright. Tobias, going ahead, meet with Simon and others as planned. They might need your assistance. I'll follow Adele. Alone? Yes, she's right. She just said that just in case a Templar, even if she's a priestess. I'll be able to take care of her on my own. He's obviously hesitating about this, but he knows no other way to respond. Alright. With that way, we part ways. I hurry up the cliffside, following her trail. For a short moment, I close my eyes, listening to the air around me. There are still traces of her presence left behind. Her little magic trick makes it easier to pick it up. I know what rail she took. She won't be able to lose me this easily. With that, I heighten my pace, my heart beating fast in my chest. I agreed for you. Being unable to protect you hurt so much, and yet I was only deceived all this time. As I gain higher ground, I feel the air around me get thicker with it. Pulsing energy. We're getting closer to the heart. She could have realized this. No, not even priestesses possess a high enough control of the energies to send something like that from this distance, but she's definitely headed towards it. Soon I reached the ridge of the cliff surrounding the heart. I looked down into the small valley, trying to locate Adele. There are figures standing still in the front of the grand rock. It's her. I quickly descend down into the valley and face her. Adele. She stirs and then turns around towards me. You You won't get away from me, not this time. I won't forgive you for what you have done, but I also don't want to fight you if I can avoid it. She turns away from me again, once more looking up at the heart. What is this? What an amazing object has been hidden here. I slowly took another few steps closer to Adele, keeping my eyes open for any other traps she might have set up. I mean, I've seen another source of energy before, but this is greater than anything I've ever experienced. This must be what has been calling me all along. She holds up her penknife firmly in one hand while reaching out for the heart with the other, using it to feel the energy of the heart. Her expression is one of wonder with admiration. Does it matter, Adele? You're not leaving here. She faces me once again, smiling. What are you going to do? Bring me back with you, or just kill me here? Do you think you can do that? You are underestimating me, Adele. You don't know what I can do. She just smirks. Then why? Why did you lead us up here? What was the point of such betrayal? She ignores my question and looks up at Heart once more. I'm sure you can sense it even clearer than I can. The power within the stone, like a beating heart overflowing with energy. Isn't it amazing? This is an amazing discovery to think of what this could be used for in the right hands, an endless source. Forget it, Adele. I won't let you. You fool. Adele draws the sword at a short blade at her side. She really intends to fight me. You're also stuck up and confident in your own greatness that you don't see what is right under your noses. I'm not going to let an amateur stand in my way. Why are you even here? You are supposed to be dead. Just get out of my way. She clasps the symbol in her left hand tightly and clutches it to her breast, collecting energy around her. I can almost see it being drawn from the great stone behind her. This could be bad. Even a priestess could be a problem with such power source nearby. I don't know if she is even aware of what she's doing. Alright, this is it. I'll have to finish this quickly before she gets anything started. I could hold my sword with both hands and charge forward. Get out! Adele raises her arm to defend herself. She steps back and makes a swing against the prairie of my attack. Her blade connects with mine, and a bright purple spark flies through the air. A strong gust of wind pushes against me, and I am forced back by the blow. Ah! Adele looks down at her sword and smiles again, though it looks almost mad with desperation. I knew it. I spin around, make another attempt at attacking her flank. Adele retreats the steps again, only barely avoiding my strike, and pushes out her symbol towards me. Another forceful gust of wind forces me back. I can see the glow around the stone behind her grow stronger. Our fight and use of energy is reflecting it. I remember Tobias telling me how unstable the stone seemed to be. Apparently it doesn't take much provocation to just draw a reaction from it. Alright then. It seems I have to make use of myself. It worries me that, with consequences, it could have been a legit agitate the stone too much, but I will draw a bear enough power myself to help against the doubt. I want to end this quickly. I look for eyes for a short second to reclick my thoughts. I can constantly feel the air growing warmer around me. I get much clearer reaction from this place, much like Adele did before me. Then I raise my sword one more time. How scary her eyes have become. You're not really going to let me go, are you? She lets out a short laugh. Why are you here? It was such a relief when I didn't have to do these things myself after all. I once more take on the offensive. My first strike misses as a mark, and she manages to block the second. With her blade, she moves a motion towards me, the ground with her free hand. I can feel the rubble beneath my feet. I almost lose my feet once again. I manage to regain my balance, but not before she lashes out towards me again. I feel a sharp pain as the steel slices through the skin on my right shoulder. Grr. I fall back. It's only a minor wound, but I didn't know Adele could fight like this. She had seemed so helpless while traveling to the mountains with us so frail. She has played her part well and deceived us all. Leon, Aiken, and Carl, even Simon had almost been killed, all for nothing. Won't hold back, I'll even. Ah! I spin around, slicing through the air near Adele, the outline of my sword glowing with a faint blue light. It is as if the air itself is sliced by my blade. Adele's defense is broken down, and I take off towards her. She raises her short sword once again to block my blows, but she can't stop my attack as I swing it down, concentrating all my energy on the blade. Meadows swings at her sword as she knocked out of her hands and thrown back towards the heart. It was knocked away so forcefully that the tips of the blade sinks to the surface of the great rock itself. Adele staggers backwards, gritting her teeth. She looks up at me again, but blinks in shock at the sight of the uncontrollable anger in her eyes. Desperately, she seeks back towards in the heart. maybe in an attempt to regain her weapon. No. I speak for her once more to stop her. Adele turns around with her back against the rock, with her eyes closed shut in fear as she hands out the clutching her symbol. No, stay away from me. Something unexpected happens. Parts of the heart itself is coming towards me. It is as the spikes of rocks are reaching out in reaction to Adele's touch, trying not to penetrate me as I approach. The spikes are pulsating with the same blue light that engulfs the entire rock, though the color is warping into a purple hue now. I quickly change direction, only barely avoiding one of the spikes, and I slice downwards, cutting through the stone with my enhanced blade. The rock shatters as I raise an arm to protect myself from the scattered debris and dust, and I hear Adele scream through the chaos. Ah! When I look up, the spikes have stopped moving towards me. The glow around the stone is almost flickering now, unstable and unable to calm down. I see Adele's figure in the dust, near the edge of the cliff. She is stable. She is sitting still, holding her hands and looking down at herself. Her hands and torso covered in blood, and her eyes filled with dread. I can't help but widen my eyes as I see a large piece of the rock penetrating her stomach. The blue purple slide is still glowing around the fragment from where it pierced through her body. Adele! I gasp to take a few steps towards her. She clutches her stomach in a large stone fragment. Don't come closer. She goes to force out the pain words as she raised her head and looked at me, tears and blood flowing down her cheek. You killed me. She winces at pain once more to take a step backwards. I don't know if it was because she finally collapsed or if she was still trying to get away from me. Either way, her figure soon disappears out of view as she drops off the edge. Adele! I run to the edge and fall to my knees, looking down in an attempt to catch a glimpse of her. She's gone. I can't see her from here, even if I strain my eyes. The crack runs deep into darkness. I pull back and notice her blood scattered across the edge. Some of it now in my hands as I kneel where she had been slain a moment before. More fragments of dirt and rock are scattered around. Now there's a huge scar visible in a large rock beside me. Her sword is still burning in the surface of the pulsating heart as evidence of the battle that just took place. Suddenly this place seems incredibly quiet. Somehow I can't seem to get back on my feet, and I just turn and look down at the rough ground beneath me. Adele's last words still echo in my mind. Okay, I'm going to end the video here, guys. Thanks for watching. I think this is a good place to start, considering I just got an achievement and all. So I will see you guys tomorrow morning with the rest of this game, because I don't know if there's going to be much more.